Good morning, beautiful people, and happy Saturday. It is May 16th. I have been looking forward to this day for the last 2 months for two reasons. First, golf season starts today. Calvin and I will be out this afternoon. Second reason, this is day 57. It is the first day of week 9. Day 57 of Thinking About Thinking, Understanding Fear, Finding Joy Out of Suffering. It is the first day of week 9. Week 9 is the turning point of this online journey that I created 5 years ago. Week 9 is Learn from Adversity. The first 8 weeks has been all about managing us. We started history of fear, be good with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, do your best, listen but be skeptical. And last week was master yourself. And definiteness of purpose was the week before. So that was all about ourselves, our mind, our body, and this is really where we start to take all of that and put it into action. So I have been looking forward to this day for 2 months since we started this online journey, and it's somewhat interesting. It also coincides with the gorgeous day where golf season will start. So learn from adversity. Every single life transition period provides an opportunity, a learning opportunity that can be so profound that it changes your perspective on life after you have moved through it. When we are in the middle of the shit pile, we cannot see the light. We only see the light after. And I wrote this material 5 years ago, probably 5 years ago, right around now. And I had not yet coined my 4-part process of change yet. So the 4 parts of change: how do we prepare for change? How do we go through suffering? How do we learn to find joy out of suffering? And how do we mature and serve? I remember writing this material, Learn from Adversity, and thinking it was so profound because it was so applicable to my own journey. Once I was through adversity and I saw the light, it all made sense because I was able to go back and say, A led me to B, B led me to C, C led me to D, and I would not be here if it wasn't for all of that horrible stuff. Now, the interesting thing is when somebody tells me today that their life has fallen apart, they just got fired, their relationship is broken down, someone close to them died, the first thing in my head is, oh my God, that is so amazing. I cannot wait to see what is birthed out of this disaster. But I've learned not to tell that to someone else because, again, when they were in the adversity, they do not want to hear that. But it's so true. And I encourage you to think back into your history and think about those moments that in the time you thought they were the worst thing that could ever happen to you, and now looking back, they are the best thing. I have this quote on my screen. Havelock Ellis once wrote, "Pain and death are parts of life. To reject them is to reject life itself." What does our culture tell us about pain and death? Our culture tells us to ignore it, to put a Band-Aid over it, to motivational quote through it. But pain and death are life. And to reject pain and death is to reject life. You are missing out on the greatest golden nugget that existing on life has ever given us. They are the price of admission to this journey that is life. And there's a Greek philosopher that once wrote, "Adversity has the effect of drawing out strength and qualities of a man that would have lain dormant in its absence." We do not learn from the good. We learn from the bad. That is the biggest secret that any of us could ever learn. But since we're human, it's really easy to play the victim card, to get caught up in self-pity, the unfairness of life, the why me trap. When we play the victim, we fail to recognize the opportunities for wisdom and growth that come with adversity. And as soon as we allow ourselves to stop playing the blame game, we are able to think more clearly. We're able to let go of those self-defeating and unproductive thoughts and get down to the business of dealing with what's before us. So my task for you today, I want you to think about some moment from 0 to now that you thought in the moment was the worst thing that could ever possibly happen to you, but that it turned out to be an amazing gift. And then, once you've done that, what are you struggling with right now that you think is so heavy that you can't get through it, that you don't see the light, that you have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring? And then try and find where's the light inside of that. Until tomorrow, I love you. I hope all of you are safe and healthy, and remember to be kind to yourself and to others.